Hi guys, and happy Saturday. It is May 8th and I'm going to do a quick video. You might hear my husband and my dog come in. I didn't get around as fast as I wanted to get this done before they did their daily walk. So I am showing you today a new item from the annual catalog. Let me go ahead and show you the annual catalog. And this you guys may not have noticed. I am the type of person that I love, and I can show you the inside of the catalog. It's so exciting. I love dies. And if you go through in the catalog, you'll have all of your bundles with the dies. The sets and the bundles are 10% off. But if you go to just the die section, there are a few that were brought out that are new that aren't with a bundle. And this is one of them. This is Picture This. It is absolutely fabulous. It's on page 67. So as you can see, there's no bundle with it. It is just a standalone die. But there are the examples using that circle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you about this die. It is a two-piece die set, like I said, and it is just the best. I tell you, I love it. So the first thing I always do whenever I get a die like that is that, remove these out of the way, I make the templates for them. These come in handy for two things. If you're just going to be stamping, it gives you good placement on your cards. But if you're going to be trying to do mass producing, it is great to use with your stamparatus. So here's this one, and I have, oh, my other one, the square one is still on here. Okay, I'm going to show you quickly what I mean by this. See, I can hear my dog barking right now, and it's going to turn into a mess, I can tell. So let me go ahead. I am going to bring out my Stampin' Trimmer. Oh, let me get some white paper. That's the shimmer white. All right, so on this, you're going to make it 3 3/4 by 5. So that's already at 5. So I'm going to go 3 3/4. The reason I'm doing this is because this is going to be, see, I have double layers. So this is your 3 3/4 by 5. This is your 4 by 5 1/4. And then, of course, this is your card base, which is your 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. All right, so let's get that piece out. Now, when I first made my template, and let me go ahead and bring this back out. When I first made my templates here, what I do is I will lay it down on my stamparatus and I'll mark it out so you can see. Oops, I have it, the up means up, right? So that you can see where it lines up, and you can lay down your stamp so you can have it centered and all that. Because that's what I did here. And I went ahead and I did the Here For You Now and the and then Better Days Ahead. Then what I did was on this one is I took my blending brushes, and when I put the white piece down in there, so you take this out, you put your white piece down, and you get ready to stamp. But what I did was I put this over as a mask then, and I blended the colors. That way you can see that yellow and pink in there. Beautiful. Okay. And then what you do is after you've stamped, you will go ahead and run that through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So then you've stamped it down, and you cut it out in the same, I do the same size. Now you can do a bigger size if you want, and then, you know, after you put the adhesive down, turn it over and cut off the extra. It helps a little bit more, but just be aware if you're using your baby Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you don't have that wide of paper you can go through. I think 3 3/4, maybe 7/8 is the biggest you can go through there, so it gets kind of tight. I'm also going to tell you, since you're looking at the dies, and there's a lot, especially with the rectangles, there's a lot of pressure going through. So even though the baby works really good, I would suggest if you have the bigger machine to use that, just because it's such a tight fit and the plates are just barely over. Let me grab one of the plates. The plates barely, I don't know if you can see that, the plates barely fit to where it cuts. So it's a very tight fit. So if you can use the bigger one, do, but if not, you know, make do with what you have. So that's what I do with that. It's also good if you're just going to stamp regular without the stamp apparatus. It's good to have kind of a guide to see where you want to place it in your card layout. So then what I had done here on the circle one is I just went ahead, let me get out my circle one. Remember, keep those magnets apart always, 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 always. And you want to make sure that it's lined up the same way every time. Otherwise, you're going to get a little bit of a shadow effect. So on this one, what I did was I went ahead and I placed them so that they're a little bit outside of the circle. Went ahead and did all my stamping. Took it off the stamp apparatus and did the double stamping. And as you can see, I didn't really do good on that donkey, but it is what it is. So went ahead, I stamped the one layer on here and then took it off and did the others. And again, you'll want to tape down your card base or what you're stamping on if you're going to be using this for both sections, because if you don't tape down that cardstock, if it shifts just a little tiny bit, you don't get a good stamping. Still good. I mean, I still like it. It's not that bad, but just so you know. So I'm trying to think. I'm going to do a video later on this and actually show you how to do this card. This is using one of the Build-A-Punches, of course. But I just want to show you really quickly what a fabulous die set that is. I mean, sorry, yes, a die set, but it's not hooked up to any sort of stamp set. So it's not bundled. It's a purchase alone, but there's like 5 or 6 of them in there. So if you're looking online at your catalog, or if you got one for me in the mail, look through that. That's the first place I look, because I'm a die hound. I love dies. So give it a chance. Like I said, it doesn't show up well in the catalog because it's not really shown throughout the catalog a lot. It's shown on that one page and then on the die page, but you're going to get fabulous results. So look back later. If you also follow me on Facebook on my business account, I will put up pictures and examples on that also. So thanks, guys. Glad you could spend a little bit of your day with me, and have a great Saturday.